My teachers, all of them that trained me, they all called me a workaholic. I don't agree with them because at the end of the day, I feel like I need to do more. Like I haven't done enough. I need to do more. I don't like people outworking me. I'm a very competitive person. You should never, ever be satisfied with the work that you've done. I know people say it. They say, hey, you should stop and smell the roses a bit. No, don't be balanced. Just be obsessed.
So we're at Fried Boxing Gym, unbelievable facility, and I'm sitting before a man who is a professional MMA fighter. Please, may you tell me who you are?
My name is Louis Mataya. I am a professional mixed martial arts fighter, athlete. 2-1 currently, yes. And that's a record that I have for the professional league. Which my professional debut was last year in September. Before that, I was 9-1 as an amateur. Amateur and pro, the difference being amateur you don't get paid, pro you do get paid to compete and fight. As an amateur, I was the two-time African champion under IMMAF. And before that, I was the two-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion under AJP Africa Continental Pro. Yeah, that's a little bit of who I am. And I'm a resident of Zimbabwe, bakumusha buchimani mani dokumusha kwebichaiko. Yeah, that's in short who I am. An athlete and a president of this country.
When did you start fighting?
10 years ago.
Professionally, I don't know if I don't least. Where else you play?
Thank you for making that clear because I was really gonna tell you about my really long fighting history, including Kumombe.
Let's start there then. Let's start in the beginning.
In the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think anyone who's lived Kumusha in the rural areas knows that entertainment for big brothers is little brothers going at it. Like, we're out there heading cattle in the mountains and the rivers, and anytime you see any stretch of sand, like, on the river banks, there's like a beach type of vibe with sand, then I don't know what was wrong with the big brothers. They would just think, okay, this is a good arena. Louis, get in there to defend our family's honor. Tom, get in there. And then go at it. That's when it started. So almost every day we're fighting or doing some form of wrestling.
You're the youngest?
Oh, yes.
In your family, you're
Yes.
younger? And so was that pressure when they throw you in there, or did you actually like it?
That then, to be honest, I didn't enjoy it. I did not enjoy as a 5-year-old. I did not enjoy throwing each other around and getting beat up, going home with the swollen face, and then mom asked, what happened? And you cannot say what happened. You just say, I fell. Because if you do say what happened, the next day, you're going to get hammered by the big brothers. So, yeah.
So was it that you discovered, hey, I'm actually good at this? Or did you just start to like it and start to take it seriously the way you said, maybe I can make a career out of this?
So fighting energy is fighting energy. It's just pure raw aggression that can be used for anything. It was in me. I didn't like it, but it was in me. As I grew up, I started learning martial arts techniques as a way to tame myself, to tame that raw fighting energy. And then I started liking the martial arts side of it, the art side of it. And I realized, oh, hang on, I can do a life out of this. I can do the life for my family out of this. Because one, I enjoy it. Two, I was created for that. So yeah, that's when I started enjoying it. When I started realizing that I can use who I am, what I am, to build a life for myself and my family.
So that's who you fight for your family, for yourself.
Yes.
your country.
Yes.
And was that decision when you were in your teens, like early teens, mid teens,
Yeah.
teens?
Around the age of 18, after I was done with my A levels, I had two options. I had one option really, to join the Air Force of Zimbabwe. And the second option, it wasn't an option, it was just something, it was a dream. The first one was an option that I had. The second one was a dream to join the Air Force of Zim, guaranteed monthly income. You know how it is when you are wearing the uniform, any uniform, you will be fine. You will be fine. The second option was to risk it all and say, I don't want to do this academic stuff. I'm not gonna put on the uniform. I want to go out there and learn martial arts, pursue this, and see where it takes me. That's when the decision was made after A level at 18 years old. Yeah, 19, I was already invested full time.
When was your first amateur fight?
Amateur fight. It was in Cape Town in South Africa. I just showed up. I just walked up to Coach Steve of SPG, Coach Steve's gym, and said, "Hey, can I? I want to fight. I was taekwondo black belt fight at the time. I want to fight in MMA." It's like, okay, we'll train you Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You already have your taekwondo. You can kick, but you need to learn to grapple. So the first fight was a year later, in April 2019. Yes, in April 2019. That's when the first amateur fight was, and it was a good one. Finished it in 1 minute, 30 seconds.
This is a trend of yours. This is a trend because the last two fights that you had, I think they were both first round,
Yeah,
and a submission and a knockout.
yes.
That's crazy to think that it's been that long of a journey and now you're actually getting the recognition. If people will see that and they'll see, oh, Luis Mataya's out, he's about, he's knocking people out, he's winning, he's getting us, our publicity out there, he's being an ambassador as a fighter for Zimbabwe, but they may not be able to see that this is something we've been doing since you're 5, since you're a teenager, now you're an adult and you're continuing to do this. Does it ever get lonely having the vision that you have, knowing that you want to be the best? Do you ever find yourself where you're around people and maybe they don't understand just how serious you are when you're going from being an amateur, walking into a gym and saying, hey, I want to fight. I'm a taekwondo black belt, but I want to learn, starting from zero. Because going from jiu-jitsu from ground zero, muscle Malbizi, and now you are a master at that as well. So that level of determination, that level of drive, firstly, yeah, does it make you feel lonely? And is that something you think you can teach people?
Throughout time, there's been people, the Nelson Mandelas, the Gandhis, the Muhammad Ali, who else was it? Malcolm X, yes. People who have ridiculously big dreams and ambitions to change the world. If I say right now that my ambition is bigger than Nelson Mandela's, would you believe me? It's difficult, isn't it? That's something I can say at the end of my life, right? But I tell you, that's the dream that I have, and not many people understand this. Not many people understand how my dreams. Right now, people, they're starting to catch on. They're starting to realize that, oh, he's onto something. Like, maybe he's, let's just, let's see. Let's try and give him a shot. Let's try and give him a chance. But 10 years ago, no one understood. No one understood. No one understood my vision. When I say no one, I mean no one. When you're nowhere, like nowhere in life, and you say, I want to be the best fighter in the world.
A lot of people are like, but
Like, dude, are you crazy? Are you crazy? 2 years later, I win the. I know no jiu-jitsu at all. About not two, a year later, I win the African championships for the first time. They're like, oh, well done, good job. I tell them, I'm gonna be a world champion. They're like, dream on, dream on. A year later, I win another African title. And then they're like, oh, your jiu-jitsu is getting good. And say, yes, it is. Thank you. I want to be a world champion in mixed martial arts. And they say, dude, it's a very difficult road there. A year later, I win the African championships in MMA. And they're like, oh, okay, this kid has got potential. He's the best in Africa. A year later, I do it again. Then people are like, okay, wow, this kid is... So I had to make people see it. And right now, people, they're starting to get convinced that I can do it. But in the beginning, I knew. And I'm here because I knew what I wanted to achieve. And when I tell you that being a world champion is not the end goal, it's just part of the process. Anyway, I got covered a lot.
I would love to know the process. I really do want to know if being world champion, for most people, that's where it ends. That's, I want to be the greatest, which you do want to be, but you're also saying that you want to go beyond that. What are some of those dreams that you have which you think go beyond just the sport?
Ambition. I want in this country, when you ask, is I've been to many countries in Africa, out of Africa, and you won't believe that a place like Dubai, there are problems in that side. Abu Dhabi, as rich as those places are, they have their own issues, and they treat their issues like they're the worst issues in the world. You come to Africa, go to South Africa. South Africans have issues, and their issues to them are the worst issues in the world. Like, no one has the worst life like South Africans. To South Africans, you come to Zimbabwe, same thing. We have issues, and we have the people, we have organizations that we blame, but really the main issue is, this is the main issue, us. In Dubai, those guys there are the main issue. In South Africa, they're the main issue. There's no big problem rather than the problem in here. When I take myself from the rural areas, being that kid who goes to school every day without shoes, and worst of all, without any ambition. Like, I lived a life once where my dream was to wake up, walk 10 kilometers, no, 12 kilometers to school, 12 back, and do that the next day, the next year, the next 5 years until I was done with school. And then hopefully marry, have kids, have a garden, and die. That was it. That was it. That was it. That was the life that my parents lived, that I was going to live as well. But life got me out of that. And I managed to go somewhere better when I was living in the episode same with my sister. Then, I got exposed to the world. I traveled to South Africa, and now there's this change that happened in me, and now I have this dream. But at some point, I had the dream without the resources, and I kept working hard. I got the resources that I have now. I need more, but I got the ones that I have now. And push on to the next state, and the next state, and the next state. So my story shows you that it is possible. It is possible. Now, it's gonna chase someone else's story. It's life. Because I wait from chacha to saraba kumfika nimbi no chacha to saraipo pap with maritika endi chego we kwandaka shari waka kwanga kusina. And now I'm here. I'm working towards a life yakuti I can get anything that I want.
Yourself for anyone I want to love.
Yes. And it all starts with something that changes in year and in year. When I give that story to someone who is also, then they'll realize it is possible. We can change our lives. And that to me is something that if I live that in this world, I would have done a really good job. Riches and wealth aside, just changing people's minds and perspectives that it is possible, you can do it. That alone is a different type of wealth that if you give to the world, you've given them.
But look, there's so many people who are young, aspiring athletes. They want to become something big. And they all have this idea of what it takes to be great. Everybody thinks they know, they watch videos, they research, and they think they understand what it is. For someone who's coming from a really underprivileged environment where every day was difficult and you didn't have access to the things you wanted, what does it take for someone to actually get out of there? What sort of sacrifice did it take for you? And not only sacrifice, but even Nanasa today, daily sacrifice. What are the things which keep you far away from the person that you once were, the person who felt like you had no direction, to now being a person where every day I see you're in the gym, every day you're training, every single day. As long as I've known you, I don't remember one day where you weren't working out. Back to back session, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, jesse. So what are some of those sacrifices, the hardcore truth that people need to hear? Not the fluffy stuff.
My teachers, all of them, like the one that taught me in the episode Zim, taught me taekwondo, the one that trained me in Cape Town, they all called me a workaholic. I don't agree with them because at the end of the day, I feel like I need to do more. Like I haven't done enough. I need to do more. I don't like people outworking me. I don't like people doing more than me doing. The guys that are training with here, they know that I'm a very competitive person. That aside, I think the first thing that you need is to be honest with yourself, to be very honest with yourself. What do I want? I always ask myself that. What is it that I want? And then from there, when my vision is clear, the next step is, okay, those who have done it, what is it that they say I must do to get there? And when I look at those guys that have done it, they always tell me that, dude, you should never, ever be satisfied with the work that you've done. I know people say it. They say, hey, you should stop and smell the roses a bit. No, don't stop and smell the roses. David Goggins says this. Don't be balanced. Just be obsessed. Be obsessed. Like, show up every day. When you look at the greats, like I look at Khabib Nurmagomedov, the undefeated UFC former champion, lightweight champion. They say he trained 5 hours every day, and I don't want to be like him. I don't want to train 5 hours. I want to train 6 hours because I want to be better than him, and I want to make sure I'm training the right techniques. So every day I try to, when I don't meet that 5 hour mark, I can barely sleep at night. I'm angry with myself. Like, why? Why did you not do it? If you do 5 hours, you can compete with Khabib. If you want to beat Khabib, you have to do 6 hours. That's what it is. Be honest with yourself. Know how the greats did it and do it better.
Who are some of the greats who inspired you the most? in any industry as well. It doesn't just have to be fighters. It can also just be someone you know.
Future me, a future version of myself. That person inspires me a lot. I know, it sounds very narcissistic, but hey, look, if you, my dream is a very big dream, and the future me, in my mind, has achieved that dream, and he motivates me to work really hard. I don't really have heroes. I don't like idols. I don't like looking at other people what they're doing, because I know I can do it. And I know I can do it better. So future me, as if me now, I've got a really big dream. Future me has achieved that dream, and it's a massive dream. Khabib's success cannot compare to my dream. My dream is bigger than Khabib's success. My dream is bigger than Michael Jordan's success. So I'm motivated by me, future me, and that's a scary amount of work that I have to put in my trade. That's scary amount of work, because every day I'm not
But it's a
not doing enough.
it's a big claim, it's a bold claim, but if you're waking up and you're working towards it, then who's anyone to tell you otherwise? If people haven't seen you on that big stage yet and shown what you're worth, no one can actually discredit that. Because if you look at yourself 10 years ago versus yourself now, I'm sure that guy that you're talking about, the same way you're saying your dream is to, or you look up to yourself in the future, I'm sure that kid in the past also looks up to you right now. Like if you could talk to him, he'd be like, dude, what, you're a champion? Again and again and again and again.
We do talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You do too.
we do talk. We write each other letters.
Ah, nice.
Exactly. Like, he has some letters that he wrote for me 5 days ago. I take those and I read them, and I write some letters back to him. It's something that I saw. I think it was DJSK. I hope he's still. He had this show on his EFM way back. I don't know when it was called, but DJSK. I need to look for that guy. He said you need to write letters to yourself, to your past self, and your future self. And it's like communication beyond time with yourself.
What kind of things do you say?
I tell the little guy, hey dude, it's okay. You can do it. I motivate when I write to him. When he writes to me, he's like, dude, you better be doing well up there, because I'm working my butt off back here to make sure you are where you are. So you better keep the trend going. Keep working hard. Keep working hard. And I think I told you last time, there's one thing that I never ever want future me to say to me. And it's, that kid had so much potential. If only he had learned to believe in himself. So I always tell that little guy, hey dude, believe in yourself a bit more. You know? And I don't want to hear those words from future me. It's like, no, dude. Nah. So it's just that communication between beyond time and space.
There's nothing more painful than wasted potential.
Yes.
Especially because when potential is wasted, we always have no one to look at except ourselves. To say, I know, when you really stop and hold yourself accountable, you say, I know I didn't put 100% back there. I know I could have been a little bit more diligent, or when I left training slightly early. Why was that? Because I told myself maybe I was injured, but I wasn't. Or I told myself I'm tired, but I wasn't. And I think it's very sad because you see people who have a vendetta against life saying, I should have been this, I should have been the greatest, I was, and I this, and I that, and it's like that. You're not.
You're not. Yeah.
And you didn't put in the work. You didn't put in the work because someone out there did put in the work. And sure, there's some people who get things by privilege or like sneaking their way in. But I think that for the most part, if you reach the top of any industry, any profession, you have probably deserved to get there in some capacity. So when you are now going from training, working hard to actually getting in the ring, right? Like I saw Ilya Topuria talking about how he celebrates before even the fight has happened, because it's like I put so much work into this that I know for a fact that victory is mine.
Yes.
God has given me this victory. When you go from all the work that you've done in the training, and you're now backstage and you're about to get into the ring and you can hear people and have those nerves, what's going through your head? And do you feel nerves?
Yeah, I feel nerves in camp, especially when that message comes in. Hey, Lewis, we have this opponent for you. Do you accept the fight? And my heart just goes, doom, doom, doom. And I feel my body, like kind of this weak feeling, like, oh, I think I'm sinking into the mat. I don't have any energy. And then the next words that come in is, yes, I accept. Before I even know who I'm going to fight, I say, yes. That's when the nerves kick in. And then I go and look, okay, who's my opponent? What's his record? That's when the nerves kick in. And I go through camp, the nerves kick in a little bit because they want me to really give everything I've got in each and every training session. They want me to make sure I show up to each and every training session, even when I don't feel like it. So the nerves are kicking in. And at night, they're worse because I'm sleeping, I'm resting. And they're like, are you really sleeping, dude? Are you really sleepy? Do you really want to go to bed and rest while you might be at the gym training? So the nerves, they kick in.
Played you a little bit.
Exactly.
Because you also have to be wary of, like, I don't want to get kind of overtraining as well, right? So, or do you not believe in overtraining?
I've felt the symptoms of overtraining many times. Many times. I'll tell you a little story after this. I have felt the symptoms of overtraining, so I know it's real. I try to have as close to the border as possible, and when I do cross over, it come down a little bit. I know overtraining is real. So I go through camp, I feel the nerves in camp. A week before the fight, I'm cutting weight. Yes, that stings. But a week before the fight, until the fight itself, I don't feel any. I don't know. I don't feel any nerves anymore.
And even when you're wrapping your gloves and you're stepping in the ring, what is the main emotion that you feel you have in those moments?
Oh, gratitude. Gratitude. I'm grateful to be here. I'm working.
I don't want to fight someone who's grateful. Did fight to me. I'm grateful. Rather than be angry, have rage, please. Never be like, I'm grateful.
I'm grateful we get to hunt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's during the hunt that my family can eat. It's not the preparation. The preparation, preparing me, getting me ready for this. And many people don't even get to this. So I'm grateful to be here. So many things could have gone wrong. So many things have gone wrong in the past, but I'm grateful to be here. Because here is where we hunt, we kill, and family can eat. So thank you. And this gratitude goes to a lot of people. People see me before my fights, they see me kneeling down. It's something I've done from the very first fight. I kneel down and I either sit there quietly, just having a moment of gratitude, or I can put my hands together and clap. It's a sign of gratitude. Thank you, my tabasa. You got me here. Thank you. Or I'm on my knees and I'm exercising gratitude. So that's what I'm feeling. Now, when I go in there, I know I've done everything that it takes, or that was needed for me to be here. I've done everything. I don't feel nerves. I don't feel nerves when a person that I'm supposed to kill is right there. I'm supposed to go out there and take his head off so my family can eat. I don't feel nerves. I feel gratitude.
From the moment that you received that text
Yes.
Even though there's that instant physical feeling of nerves, somehow you always get yes. That lack of hesitation to me, that's really inspirational. Because I think in everything in life, whatever we know we're supposed to do, we always have that little bit of fear. But should I do it? Can I do it? Am I able? But before you've even allowed yourself to critique yourself or to question yourself or to back out, it's kind of like I'm jumping before I can even know how high I am. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. This fight could be the UFC world champion right now. I don't know. I'm just kicking yes.
Oh, yeah.
That to me is so important, and it's a mindset which I think for everyone they have to adopt, because action is always going to beat this idea of over preparing and overthinking and overthinking. When you overthink, you defeat yourself. You've already lost the battle. So when you're going into these situations and now you've gone into the fight, you won the fight. You're standing there, all this hard work has come to fruition. Now what's the first thing that you do there?
Gratitude. It's the same thing. Personally, I believe it's the most powerful feeling ever. Yes, I'm happy I won, but right after the fight, I'm being grateful. I'm being grateful to myself. I'm being grateful to the forces that live within me, which is something that people they don't take seriously anymore. As you are now, you are your mother's son. You are your father's son. Yes, sperm and an egg came together, and there was a heartbeat, a brain, and then there was you. So I am a product of so many people that survived wars. My mother, father, that survived serious hunts, that survived wild animal attacks back then in caves. They fought, they survived. I'm here because of them. So in a moment where I've triumphed, victory is ours, I have to be grateful. I have to be grateful.
It's so interesting how you mention, all the people before you that have come, your ancestors, everyone that's around you. Please tell me a little bit about your name, the Porcupine.
The porcupine. So it's exactly that. It's not just something I gave to myself. I'm sure every Shona person has a totem. It's like your surname, but surnames can change over time. Totems, we tupo. Totems do not change. And my bloodline is called the Porcupine bloodline, Nungu. And that's something I'm really proud of. Why? I must be proud of. It shows who I am, where I've come from. And another reason why I'm proud of it, have you seen a porcupine before? It's almost like a dinosaur type of creature with spikes and claws on its back. Like, think about it. No more animals have feathers and fur and scales. Porcupine has claws. Why did they give that totem to my great grandfather? So many. Why is that? They must have seen something in me. In him. I said me. In him, because I am. So that's what the totem, your porcupine, means. And another reason why I'm proud of it is why I always use it. On the stage, we go in there, the fight is only 2 minutes 40 seconds. Well, it lasted 2 minutes 40 seconds, supposed to last 15 minutes. There is also something really powerful that's happening here, and is showing culture and tradition to the rest of the world. It's my unique selling point. I'm selling our culture to the rest of the world, not just showing up dressed like them and speaking like them, just acting like them. No, I have to give them something unique, something different. I give them Africa. I give them Zimbabwe. I give them Shona, something very different. And that's why Porcupine. And you see, as we go on, it's gonna be even more unique.
They're resilient.
Yeah,
Resilient creatures.
yeah. The porcupines. Oh yeah, against the lion, leopard, cheetah, any animal, it just does not run away. It does not run away. It just goes towards the danger. Like, hey, dude, wanna go? Come at me.
So, what do you think makes you the greatest as a fighter? Is it your technique? Is it speed? Is it skill? Is it the work ethic? What do you think is the thing that separates you from everybody else?
I developed the speed that I have. I developed the power that I have. I developed the skills that I have. I developed the endurance that I have. What was there before all that? That's what makes me great. I can leave it at that. I won't share too much on that, but I can leave it at that. What was there before the speed, power, endurance, and skills? That's what makes me great.
Wow, that's powerful. Yeah, really, no, really.
No, 100 forever.
Forever. That actually, wow. What's the biggest, what's the biggest obstacle that you had to face in your life so far?
In sports or in life, Eugene?
So I think in sports, obviously, there must be some extremely difficult challenges. And I think witnessing fighters live their life, it's easy to assume, oh, if this person can beat someone up, then they must have life figured out. If this person can feel so dominant in that arena of life, then they have nothing to fear. They have nothing that that can shake them. And I think what's crazy is that even as a fighting, you're also a heel, and so some of the toughest battles may be in the ring, but there's even tougher ones that happen outside of the ring. And yeah, so I'm just wondering, what are some of the biggest challenges that you faced in your life that have, let's say, informed you as a fighter, that have made you better as a fighter and as a man?
Stefan Dilla. Always? No. Oh, is it Stefan or Steven? Dricus Duplessis coach. I was with him in Abu Dhabi. Very cool fellow. Very cool dude. He said to me, when we have goals, sometimes we work towards something. We work towards a goal. But sometimes we're not really working towards something, but we're running away from something. Does that make any sense? A poor person wants to be rich. Why? Because he wants to run away from poverty. Yes, he is attracted to wealth, but he's also repelling poverty. He does not want to be poor anymore. So he sprints towards wealth. But is he really sprinting towards wealth, or is he sprinting away from poverty? So there's a difference there. One of the challenges that I've faced, why I started seeking strength, as you go the journey, you find many other things that excite you. But in the beginning, it was running away from fear. Believe it or not, I used to be a wimp. What's the opposite of a brave person? Coward. A coward, a timid person. I used to be a timid person, an anxious person. Like, the world was this big, scary place. I was scared. It's more like I wasn't scared of anything in particular, but fear was something that was in me, and it was projected on everything out there. It was projected on darkness, lack of light. It was projected on people. It was projected on anything really goes, anything. So one day I found martial arts, and it was nice because it was giving me strength. It was showing me that, hey, you shouldn't have to be afraid so much. You know, you're a strong person. So I started seeking more of that strength and understanding what is it that I'm afraid of. So that was one of the worst challenges for me. It was fear. And right now I've gotten to a point where anything that scares me, I dislike it so much that I want to go and fight it. I want to go and do it.
Did you go bungee jumping?
Yes. Yo, definitely.
I'm good. I'm all right. Next.
Are you sure?
I'm afraid.
Really? Really?
Yeah, I'm not.
Well,
I'm
wel-
rational.
wel-
I'm rational.
Welcome to the Normal People's Club.
Yeah.
You and me both. We're very terrified of bungee jumping,
Yeah.
but I want to do it. I've gone, yeah, bike riding downhill. Have you seen that before?
Oh,
Like when you climb up a mountain, you cycle up a mountain slowly, and then you go down. I don't know how the 60 kilometers an hour.
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Thanks.
I've done it with my friend Patrick, and I fell. I think going downhill was about 3 kilometers going downhill or more. It was definitely more than 3 kilometers. And the first time I fell, I think 8 times. A really bad falls where you really fall, but because of grappling,
You're not worried about your career.
it was off season. I needed something, you know, that gets the blood going. It was off season. First time I fell 8 times, and the second time was good. I fell, I think, about 7 times. Yeah, really bad falls on my physical tests. Improvement. Yes. If I kept doing it, I would have maybe not fallen the whole way like the other guys.
For you, it was fighting. But if someone doesn't know how to fight or doesn't necessarily have any interest in becoming a fighter, how would you encourage them to face their own fear, whatever that fear may be in their own lives?
Oh, don't jump in. Don't jump into the fear, because that usually results in your psyche breaking and really bad consequences. Brother, just stick a finger in. Just put a finger into your fear, and let's say it's your fear is this bucket, this water bucket. That's your fear. Everything you fear is in there. Don't put your head in there. No, just put just this finger in, just a little bit, and then you see, oh, it's fine. And then the next you put the whole finger in, see, and you see it comes out fine. And you put your hand in there.
Like you're feeling out the fear.
Exactly.
You're engaging. You're understanding. Here, what are you? What is this? Why is this something I'm afraid of? When did this begin?
Yes.
Where did this come from? Who am I channeling this and putting this onto?
Yes.
Hey, when you look at fear that way, it's no longer scary when you sort of humanize it. And you humanize yourself, because fear is just our own perception of ourselves or of the world around us, and how we say to ourselves, hey, I don't want to do that, or I cannot be that because maybe someone told me that I can't do it. Or maybe because I think I'll fail if I try that thing. And then what's so crazy is every single time you try and you fail, you realize, was it so bad?
Exactly. And when you take small doses of the fear, like you don't really throw yourself in, be kind to yourself, accept, okay, I'm scared of this, it's okay. Just be a bit gentle to yourself. And when I say put your finger in, I mean expose yourself a little bit and do fail. Then you realize, hang on, I'm fine. I wasn't destroyed by my fear. I'm okay.
And what about your friends? Like, do you ever have to have conversations with friends? Having conversations with friends is always very difficult when it comes to, let's say, a habit or a behavior which maybe is destructive to them, right? And maybe you can see that person is afraid or something. But that person is going through something that I've been through before. How do you engage with them in that capacity, like towing that line of gentle and also direct? Because I think in this life, people only learn a lesson when they're ready to learn it. They only learn it yourself. No one else can force you to understand something. They can give you the information, you have to digest it, receive it, become it. So when you're dealing with other people who are going through that deeping of being a coward, of being meek, how are you convincing them or letting them know, hey, there's another path for you. You don't have to be this.
As aggressive as you see me in the rain and you're based on social media or I'm posting pictures shirtless, and I'm actually a very playful person. A very playful person. And when I see a friend that's struggling at something, the first thing I do is get them to play. Imagine, I think fear, there's fear here and then there's play on the opposite side. When you're playing, you're relaxed, you're free, you're serious consequences. Just when I see my friends struggling, I play with them. I don't tell them to man up and do it or woman up and do it. No. Nah, I play with them. So get them relaxed and get them to just see first what they're afraid of, what they're struggling with. Yeah. And then in a playful way, get them to engage in it. And they start by dipping a finger while we play, just slowly taking them out of their fear, facing their challenges. That's my way of doing it. But I'm no therapist. I'm not a therapist. I'm just a playful person who believes that if you're scared of something, you have to do that thing. That's your shuttle. That's what you're not supposed to. It's uncomfortable, but then how do you do it? You start slowly. You start in a comfortable area, a playful car. That's what I believe.
Do you have any hobbies or anything you like to do outside of fighting?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. I thought this is your life, which it is. But what do you do outside of fighting?
And I say thank God because, man, I know being an obsessive person, probably the world doesn't even matter. And I think the mind sometimes needs to just breathe. It needs to exist outside of what you're doing because one can go absolutely insane. Just focus, 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 focus. So what are those things which you use to play outside of, when you're working or when you're frustrated or they're struggling? What are some of the things you like to do?
Fighting.
I know.
Yeah.
Outside of work, outside of fighting.
Fighting.
Yes.
What are my hobbies?
Yes.
Fighting.
Fighting. This is illegal, part. This is illegal. The hands, they're literally weapons. So this doesn't.
So this fighting thing, it has one aspect of it, which is my profession. See, I have times when I have a fight coming up, I have to train for a fight. And then I have a time when I don't have fight coming up and I have to, I don't have to train for a fight because there's no, but I come in here and I train. Why? Because it's like, it's my job. It's also what I enjoy to do. So yeah, that's what it is. Other things involve going home and just relaxing in my home Kenosha. Like I like driving out of town. Just the mere fact of going home is by itself a huge relief. Because I know once I'm there, I don't have to concern myself with anything. It's just going up the mountains, swimming in the rivers, and just breathing that country home air. That's what I like to do. Anything else? Nah, not really. I don't like going out. I don't like going to movies. I don't enjoy doing much. If you want me to, you either take me home or somewhere in nature, wildlife, and yeah, that's something that I would say I enjoy doing. You don't see me playing soccer, not golf, not tennis. If you ever see me on a golf course, just know I'm not there to enjoy. I'm there to make friends and acquaintances and business deals and stuff. I don't enjoy doing anything else but being in the gym training and going home and being in nature.
Yeah. And Lewis, you've been through so much in your journey to becoming the successful fighter that you are, and there's still so much that you want to
You
achieve.
call me a successful fighter.
Was that not good?
How dare you?
Okay.
How dare you, Andile, call me a successful fighter? At this point of my career,
Next success period.
how dare you?
So can we? I'm not talking to the present Lewis. I'm talking to
Thank
the Lewis that exists.
Yes, sir.
You're a successful fighter.
Thank you.
You're a great. So I'm not genuine, not talking to just this because when I met you, you didn't have the exact same accolades.
Yeah.
But we still have the same conversations. Successful fighter, champion, chap. It's just that simple. So when I say, oh, what does it take to become a successful fighter? It's because the mindset that you have is that a champion. So there's no difference between right now and 5 years from now, in my mindset, right? So for you, community has always been such a big part of you and building a community, taking care of those that you care about. When you go back and you are commercial, when you are in your space where you feel safe, how do you want to make an impact for those people? You know, how do you want to make an impact to the people there? You know, you came from there as well. And you know, you still have people looking up to you from these places. How do you see yourself impacting them?
The way I like to give back is by showing people that, hey, look, if you don't have a dream or you don't have an ambition, you're broke. Broke does not mean not having money. You can have $1,000 in your account and you can not have it the next day. You see, so, but if you're someone who has no money in his account, but in here you have a dream, you have ambitions, then you're rich. If your dream is really big, then you're wealthy. That's coming from a broke person. I do have a dream and not the money yet, but I can tell you, I have been broke in the sense that I've lived a life where I didn't have any dreams, any ambitions. If I can save someone from that, I will have given back. I'll give you an example of Kuda. Kuda is a student of mine. He's now, he's 1-1. He's 1-2. He's got 1 win, 2 losses on his amateur record. But he started training with me 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago. I was walking to the gym and his dad stopped and hey, what is that you're holding in your hands? I was holding pads and boxing gloves. And he said, do you want to train my son? I really like for you to train my son. And I said, yeah, sure. Come to the gym. It's there. They gave him the directions and he showed up about 30 minutes late. And from that day, he's always showed up to the gym. And now Kuda, his dad says to me, dude, if you had not trained my son, he would have been doing drugs right now. Like the reason why I stopped you and say, hey, can you train my son was because I could see he was hanging out with the wrong people and he was this close to joining their habits. So he gave his son to me and I started training. I would make sure he's there. Now, selfishly, the reason why I trained Kuda was not because I'm a good person, was because I needed a training partner. I saw this young guy with huge muscles and when he shook my hand, he almost crushed my hand. And this is a good fighter. This is a good fighter. I asked him how old are you, and he said he's 17. I'm like, what? This grip? You're 17? In my own mind, and I was like, sure. Now bring him to the gym. Trained him, been training him since. And now Kuda, he's got 1 win and 2 losses. But Kuda, I can put him with fighters on the professional scene now, and he can manhandle them. I can put Kuda in a tournament at the African Championships, and he can win gold. I can take Kuda to the World Championships, and he can win gold. He's a trainer at this gym here at Fight Boxing Gym. He makes good money, pays his own rent, helps his parents. His life has changed. When I met him, I asked him a question. Kuda, in 5 years from now, how much money do you want to earn? You know what he said to me? He said, $400. And I said, no.
You're capping yourself too low.
Too low. But you're 17.
Yeah.
5 years from now, you should be earning something close to 30,000 a month, 30,000 US dollars a month. And that was something he never even thought about. Now when you ask him, how much money do you want to earn? What type of car do you want to drive? He tells you, I want to drive a Defender. It tells you I want to be earning $30,000 a month. And just the work he puts in the gym is now different. Because something in him,
He can see it. He can now see it himself. He can feel it himself.
see, he's got it in here. And in my mind, he's rich now. Think about it. All he needs
Do you see what I mean? He's already rich. The wealth is already there because it's been created in his heart and his mind is already there.
He's not thinking. A person who thinks of earning $400 a month,
You cannot get to 30,000. It's not possible. You've already written yourself out of the equation by not believing. By the very fact of you believing, it makes it possible. The moment you disqualify yourself by saying, this is my threshold, every single thing you could ever want is immediately blocked off from you. And it goes back to that thing of wasted potential.
yes,
What you've done is you've taken someone who could have been wasted potential. Because the grip was there.
It was
before
there.
he taught them how to do it. You know, so it's like taking and actually saying, how do we take potential and turn it into fulfilled potential?
yes,
And sometimes it does take someone else to say, hey, like, you need to be redirected. But now that you've put him in the position and start training him, now he's aware that I can take the reins for myself now and I can keep building. I can become who I want to be. I am not going to be wasted potential. I'm sure even the idea of the lifestyle that he was living before is so foreign. Kuti, how was I even doing that every day? What was that like?
the people he was hanging out with. Because now he asks, I speak with him about it frequent, and he asks himself, wow, what was I thinking hanging out with those people? Because now he sees that to earn 30,000 US dollars a month, you cannot be hanging out with those people because they do not add any value to your goal. They, in fact, drag you down and pull you down. Hey, why are you going for training? Come hang out with us. Like, no, I've got training to do.
Because when you start to respect your own goals, your own ambition, you stop accepting disrespect from other people.
Yes.
Whenever you say, I have training, I have work, and then someone says, actually come do this, instantly your mind is like, no. Because your brain is no longer in that place of you can even be seduced by that. It's now so focused, and life just starts to align when you become clear of what you said earlier, what you want.
Yes.
Now every calculation is done for you. The path of resistance is so light because it's just, oh wait, that doesn't contribute to what I'm trying to do. So it's an immediate no.
Sad.
I'm grateful, you know, like that I know Kuda, and I've gotten to see as well what Kuda has become now that he's training other people, now that he's fighting, and just seeing that, yeah, this is someone who has raw potential. Who, if his dad, for whatever reason, the universe told him to just go ask that guy, like, go do that.
Yeah.
And if you hadn't said, you know what, yeah, come to the gym. And if he hadn't decided, you know what, maybe on that day he'll tell you, Guti, you know, my homie told me, come through to the bar, let's go. And he was like, I had a choice to going there or coming to training. I came to training. And it's that one moment, a whole different life could exist. And I think that's the magic of inspiration. That's the magic of sport. That's the magic of having a purpose and realizing that as human beings, we're servants to something much higher. As if you find what you are here for, if you know your gift, it is the most important thing, the only duty that we have to help other people find their purpose. And you let them go do their thing.
Exactly.
I can't wait until the cameo mention of Kule in this episode become, oh, that's the Kule we were talking, that's the Kule they were talking about in that episode. Oh man, and they'll be like, told you, told you, told you.
Save this this episode, especially this last 10 minutes. You're gonna see something. But you know what the problem? Not the problem. No, it's not a problem. The situation is people are broke because it's not their fault. People are broke. It's not their fault. I used to be broke. Wasn't my fault. But like you said, Kudai was raw energy. I was raw energy.
Yeah.
And someone just sparked an inspiration in me.
Who was the person that did that for you? Like where you were just raw energy, you were confused, you didn't know where you were going. I know there was a time where you were with the Air Force, and there was also you went and you joined SBG Gym. These are all different moments in your growth. But when was that moment where it really just went?
Was there a moment where it just went, there was not one moment where it just went. There wasn't that one moment of inspiration. Looking back, let's trace it. Let's trace it. That's why we're having a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Looking back, like I say, I used to be a very timid, anxious person. What? I used to consider myself one of God's worst creations. No. I mean it. Like,
Yeah.
there was a point where I thought, why did God waste raw materials creating this? There was a point where I used to ask myself those questions. But those are things that are programmed in you by life. It wasn't my fault. I was a child. It was not my fault. I don't blame myself for that. If I do it now, then I'll blame myself. And then that negative self-esteem, that really poor self-image started getting projected into the world. Maybe it has to do with growing up poor, growing up as an orphan. Maybe it had to do with that, getting split at an early age from my brothers and siblings and having to navigate life by myself. I had people that were caring for me. I won't deny that. But I was really messed up in here. Not in here, but in here. I was really messed up. And then watching movies, I could feel something in me resonating with the greats. I could feel something in me resonating with people that were overcoming adversity. I felt something whenever I saw someone not really pursuing the whole hero thing, no, but whenever I saw someone, a fictional character, going through the journey and emerging better in the end. And then, of course, I felt something resonating with martial artists, the Jackie Chan's, and I decided to, okay, try it. Just try to use martial arts as my path to transforming myself. Then later on, I found that it is possible that a person can be the best fighter in the world. It is possible. And I knew this was my path because from around 5 years old, when other people were saying, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a pilot, I was like, I don't really know what I want to do. But whenever we were doing sports, I would really be into it. Like, I was really into it. I studied hard. I had good grades, used to really good grade. But it wasn't up until I was done with my A level. You would ask me, what do you want to do? Yeah, I don't really know. I want to do it. But you would always find me after school playing soccer, doing athletics, high jump, long jump. I was always an active person. Then martial arts, I was always in the gym. So I decided, hang on. I enjoy this. Not only am I okay at it,
I really like eating people.
really, I'm not that bad.
It's my favorite thing.
It's my favorite thing, smashing people's faces.
Smash, brothers, smash. Yes, smash.
I was around 18 years old when I found that I'm really enjoying this. I was always good at many things, like really good at many things, education, sports. Why? Because when I put my mind to something, I'll do it and I'll get whatever it takes to be the best at it. But I enjoyed martial arts more, so I gave myself a goal to be the best fighter in the world. That, I would say, was when the martial arts journey started. That was the moment around 17, 18 years old. That's when, and I still have the letter which I wrote to myself saying, I'm the best fighter in the world. Still have it. From that time, still have it. I won't show it to you. I will not show it to you. Nah. My precious secret is okay. Maybe
Wherever it is, it's there.
it's there.
It's there. And
But where it is that counts,
yeah.
it's in here. And by sharing, I've given it 2 years' worth.
No, I appreciate it, man. Like, just knowing that that's part of your
Darn it!
what.
I just gave it to the rest of the world.
It's for everyone. It's knowledge. It's wisdom. It's inspiration. It's not. It's not mine. If you know what I mean, it's let the world be aware. It's absolutely fine. But it's nice to know that you have that process of manifestation, where you really are seeing it before you are living. It's transcending that scarcity mindset. It's an abundant mindset, saying, I don't see the things I want, but I know I deserve it. I'm going to get it. It is said, it is done. And in more, it is done. So now that you're here and you're looking forward, you have an upcoming fight, fight. How are you feeling going into that? How are you feeling off the back of this victory? Now going into your next fight, you're in camp. Is it different in every camp to adjust to like the specific opponent? Are you really analyze? Also, I don't want to give away your game too much, so you don't have to get.
You cannot,
Yeah.
because there isn't one.
Okay.
There isn't one.
So the question really is when you're preparing in these fight camps. And also, please talk to me about the weight cutting, because that is so intense. Like I don't even understand why they do. Why is that? Why are you killing yourself?
Because if I don't do it, I'll fight against bigger guys. Everyone else is doing so I have to do it.
Okay, so walk me through the process, like leading up. Is each fight different, or is it kind of the same sort of structure you have in pre-fight camp? And then secondly, the weight cutting. How does that work?
I think we can start off with the first one. Preparing for the next fight. As an MMA fighter, you really have to be at the peak of human potential in regards to performance, fitness, strength, endurance. Those things. So the fight is in August. I cannot disclose many details, but it's just in August. Right now, it's about 3 weeks, three from the previous fight. It was in the 12th of June. About 3 weeks. We're in the third week. I'm already starting to prepare for the next fight. This is the most difficult part of camp because after the fight, you just a week, 1 week after the fight, you just drop like you were carrying this weight, this burden for about 6 weeks, and after the fight, you just drop it.
That's a lot of a training with just like training for your body.
Yes, and because of weight cut, I've put on a few extra kgs, and now I have to start preparing for the next fight, which I believe the time between the two is 2 months and 12 days.
That's not a lot.
Done it.
That's not a lot.
Did I give away the day? Did I give away the day? It's not. People way that I will.
I don't think people do math like that. People,
Not easy. I was calculating it yesterday. So the time between the previous fight and the one before that was 2 months and I think 4 days.
So you really having a fight every 2 months, basically.
Yeah.
We get to public with.
Yeah. So the next one is in August. Yeah. Let's say that. And now I have to start picking the weight back up and putting it here. You know what I mean? I have to start increasing my intensity a bit. I have to start getting back into a routine from that week rest. This is the most difficult part of camp for me. And then, of course, we'll get to the really difficult parts, but they won't be as difficult because I'm already peaking in terms of my fitness, heart, lungs, body, and mind. So this is the most difficult part of camp for me. It's going to the top. But once I'm at the top, about 4 weeks before, then I can just cruise.
Just maintain that.
Yes.
And the weight cutting?
Oh, the weight cut, man.
I've been so curious about cutting weights, and I'm so glad I get to ask you directly because it seems it's because I hear about like the walk around weight, right? Like in some fighters, why is that fighters choose not to fight at the weight that they naturally are at? And then when cutting weight, is it something that you have to do, or it's like if you're already there, if you're already the appropriate weight, you just stay there? How does it work? Like,
Yeah. So somewhere before I walked onto the MMA scene, or sometime before I walked onto the MMA scene, fighters just decided that I wanna fight smaller people. I'm a big guy. I wanna fight smaller people, so I'll dehydrate myself before the weigh-in, and then I'll put that weight on in between the weigh-in and the fight, which is usually 24 to 36 hours. The difference between the weight.
so if the idea is to have people be in the same weight class, and then you weight cut to be in a lower weight class, and you put that weight back on within 24 to 36 hours, you're essentially now heavier than you were in the...
Yes.
But so that's my thing is, why even allow that to be the case if it means that there's going to be that mismatch? It's almost like someone tried to pull the system and then it just became the system.
That's exactly what it is. And as it is, there's two choices. You can either say, I'm not playing that game and be the smaller fighter fighting against bigger guys, or you can say, I'm gonna play the system.
Right.
See, that's the situation we're faced with. Some organizations have banned that system by saying we'll do hydration tests on weigh-in so people don't dehydrate themselves. That seems to be working well for them and their fighters. And some, like the UFC, is just say that's how it is, so let's do that. As long as you show up on weigh-in day, weigh not more than the limit, we don't care how far up you're gonna go after the weigh-in. That's your problem. If you, while cutting weight,
Yeah.
you signed a contract that I'm gonna show up on this date below this weight, and we just want to see you on this date below that weight. That's it.
Wow.
in its sense, that makes sense. And it's tough though, but that's what also gets me is just the doing of like cutting the weight.
Yeah.
It looks very intense.
And it's not a when I'm cutting weight, I don't look this handsome. I do not. I look like I look different. I look like I'm just a skeleton here with skin on it and eyes.
Good for the fight. Scare the guy off.
Well, when normally when people see you, they see you've cut it out of weight.
They think it's what do we think?
They think, okay, he's dehydrated. He's gonna tire a lot quicker on after a few minutes into the fight. But that's not the case. That's not the case. When you rehydrate properly, because you have over 24 hours. Sometimes you say you're the main event or up on the card, you're over 30 hours to 36 hours to rehydrate. So when you do it properly, you'll be fine. Yeah.
Lewis,
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate your time today, man. I'm so grateful that you guys let me come and film here. I'm very grateful for everything that you've bestowed, all of the wisdom, all of the insight that you give him.
And that I talk a lot. Yes. Whoa.
well, the thing is, someone said we're doing a podcast. Someone said you're doing a podcast, so I figured talking is all right, right? So
That's fine.
it's good. And I think that I really want people who are aspiring to be great to hear this. I really, every episode I had this vision, cool, I want to listen to it. And I just pray that people like Kuda, or people who maybe aren't like Kuda, but other people who have dreams, or people who don't have dreams, hear this and they amplify their vision for themselves, that they see that you don't have to live in suffering or in scarcity and stay that way. We don't have to struggle and stay struggling. We don't have to be down and stay down. You can go up. And everything that you're doing, not just by talking, you do talk a lot, but you work harder than CEO.
Admitted it.
You work you work harder than you talk. I also talk a lot, don't I? Because you work harder than you talk. And that's a big thing, because especially in a sport like fighting, you're fighting. You have to be able to back up what you talk about. So every single inspirational thing that you say, it has more weight because we go out and talk. You walk a walk after you talk the talk. And yeah, man, really appreciate it. Before we head off, please, may you just let me know what is, the best piece of advice that you could leave behind for one of those young kids who maybe feels like they don't have a direction right now, and maybe all they need is to know that they can be free.
Well, I'll tell you this. Having it, I'll leave people with this. It's the having a dream makes whatever you're going through, it makes the process bearable. You know what I mean? Having ambitions makes the current situations very bearable, because tomorrow is better. So whatever you're going through, you can endure. But not having a dream, however, makes you focus a lot on the current problems. Like, I don't, as it is now, people see me knocking people out this up. I don't have a lot of money yet. And I'll say, I don't have a lot of money. But I endure because I know people will be willing to pay for anything that someone is mastered. It could be art, we have masters in art, could be chess, could be soccer, could be darts, could be athletics. Anyone who gets to the top, people will be willing to pay that person. Anyone who becomes a master at something, the world will be willing to pay that person. And it makes the journey and the discomfort even bearable. So have a dream. And to have a dream, it's not just to wake up and decide that, hey, I'm going to do this. No. It really means looking within yourself and realizing what it is that gives you a lot of energy. What is it that you can do all day without thinking about food, without thinking about going and having fun with friends, what is that one thing that when you're doing it, you're really in it and you enjoy it? If you can visualize yourself developing yourself in that thing and being the best in the world, that's your dream. Pursue that. Pursue that relentlessly. That's my message to people out there. As we are now, I cannot give too much of a motivational speech because I have not reached my dream yet. But where I am now is a big step. Like I'm very close to my dream. I've put in the work. I'm really close. That's what I can eat people with. So people have to listen to me because I put in the work.
Thank you so much, Elias.
Pleasure.